So I'm the Director General of the National Funding Agency in Cyprus, the Research and Innovation Foundation. Cyprus being a small island nation, thank you, Valis. We have one funding agency which covers everything from fundamental research all the way to innovation and commercialization. And the important thing to mention is that we've been expanding our program portfolio in order to cover everything, including innovation support structures, which is the program that AAlchemy has been successful in securing our support in funding, and they're building great stuff in Cyprus too. So we all know where Cyprus is, right? Right, so Cyprus is quickly emerging as Europe's innovation gateway, sitting at the crossroads of 3 continents and being an ideal place to build new ventures and scale them internationally. As Andrei also mentioned, the good thing about Cyprus is that it has a small internal market, meaning that founders have to think global first, international first, and that in our world it's a blessing more than an anathema. So it's a good place to be and start a company there. And over recent years we've seen this ecosystem growing. We have more than 500 startups and scale-ups now. Depends on which report you read. Sometimes it goes up to 500, but we put it around 500. We have seen about 60 investors being actively engaged with the national ecosystem, and more than 30 universities and research centers that are doing top-notch research, which lays a strong foundation for results to be commercialized. It's sitting in a geostrategic location. The government of Cyprus has adopted a very pro-business and pro-innovation agenda, and important to mention that there is stability. Although we had a change in government 3 years ago, the agenda is there. We're still pushing very much forward with the great support of the Cyprus government, and things are looking great in a very challenging region. The outlook of the national economy is holding very strong. And in recent years, we have been building an ecosystem. Cyprus now features in the top 25 in the Global Innovation Index. This is published by the World Intellectual Property Office. This is for the first time we've made it into the Innovation Leader category. 5 years ago we were in position number 30, so great progress registered in just 5 years. The report also mentions that the innovation output is much greater than the innovation input, which means that we're doing something right in terms of converting inputs, including money and talent, into outputs, which means products, services, knowledge into the global markets. And then if we look at the Startup Link, this is a report published on an annual basis. For the very first time, Cyprus made it into the top 40 startup ecosystems in their Global Startup Ecosystem Index, up 5 positions from the 2024 report, and we look forward to the 2026 report because we do think that the numbers are favoring us to go even higher in these rankings. So all in all, you have a rising innovation leader sitting nicely at crossroads of 3 continents, meaning access to the single market, if such a thing exists, of the EU, but also high growth markets in the GCC, MENA, but also Asia. We're seeing strong ties being developed with countries in Asia, including India. The Prime Minister Modi was in Cyprus. He chose of all the places Cyprus to have a stopover and meet with the President of the Republic a few weeks ago before heading to the US to meet President Trump. So very strong outlook, and we're very much looking to build more. And this is the RIF at a glance. We do national funding programs which cater for the needs of everyone in the national ecosystem. We have a central knowledge transfer office which gives free advice on how you protect intellectual assets, how do you turn them into intellectual property, and how do you monetize using them. We're also supporting founders, entrepreneurs, researchers to participate in the European Union's Horizon Europe program. This is a big framework program with close to 100 billion up for grabs in Europe. And of course, we also support innovation and capacity building. How do we equip all these researchers, founders, entrepreneurs with the skills that they need to be competitive in an even more intense global competitive market. And this is a glimpse of the major funding programs. We run them pretty much on an annual basis, but this is more focused on the enterprise side. I'm not mentioning the research side here. So we start very early. We're looking for future founders. We're building the next generation of founders. So we start by giving them 25,000 to test their ideas and also check to see if they have what it takes to be entrepreneurs. These are young graduates. Sometimes maybe entrepreneurship is not for them. When I was at their age, my dad told me to piss off. He didn't want to give me any of his money to try an idea. So I came up with this idea to actually give these kids 25,000 and let them have a go at it. Even if they fail, I'm sure there are going to be a lot of good things that they're going to learn from the journey. And we're supporting them with a lot of support services. We're bringing mentors. I was at Investor Day earlier today. One of the things that Europe is not good at is actually putting mentors sitting next to future founders. So there's a lot of support. It's not just the money, the ticket that you get there. If you're in your early stage, you have just set up a venture or you're about to set up a venture to explore an idea, do a commercial proof of concept, then the pre-seed program grants you 120,000 equity free. In order to do so, you can climb up to $500,000 with the seed program if you are pre-money, if you haven't had a product in the market yet. If you're in the market, you can jump to €1 million to use the program Innovate to either enhance product service features or build a parallel a new product line if you're an established company. And then we have fast track innovation. This is 9 months of we want really entrepreneurs to be on to put the afterburners on and put new products in the market in 9 months, giving them 200,000 money to support them to do that. We're also helping companies absorb good talent. So if you have someone who's looking to do a PhD and you're a company based in Cyprus, you can hire them and we're going to pay for their salary for 3 years and a little bit more extra money to have what they need in order to do state-of-the-art research that leads into a new product in your company. We do that similarly for the postdocs, people who have PhDs who want to push them into the market. I'm a big fan of sending these people into companies rather than have them sitting in universities and center of excellence. They're, in my opinion, change agents that have a lot of knowledge and know how to shift systems and make them more innovative and productive. The co-develop program, this is where we give 600,000 euros in order to get companies in Cyprus to work with local universities. How do we actually push and pull the knowledge that universities generate into the market to find real world applications? And then the AI in government, this is a great product that is a kind of a pre-commercial procurement thing. Whereby we want to give innovative companies, be it startups or later stage, money up to 1 million in order to solve real challenges that the government of Cyprus faces. We've just run successfully 3 rounds of this program. We are solving 2 problems in meteorology. They have huge volumes of data, so they need big data crunching, they need state-of-the-art models in order to make better predictions, and of course the applications come in for insurance companies, for agriculture and so on. We're having one with the Ministry of Education on how do you actually have better foresight, how do you equip the next generation with the skills that are required for the future job place. And we're going to announce a few more in the next few weeks, mainly on urban mobility. And then this is all free money. It comes in the form of equity-free grants. But then, as you're coming closer to the market, we expect you to team up with investors. We think that after a certain point, the game is played by private investors. We let the markets choose the winners. We're just laying foundations with these grants. And then we are co-investing with investors. The Boost and the Disrupt program, this is whereby you need to have an investor on board. And if you have successfully onboarded one and you have secured commitments, we're coming in, we're chipping in with some grants as well to protect the equity position of founders, but at the same time de-risk investors to invest in a rather unknown for the time being ecosystem as is ours. And the STEP program, for the very first time, we've been funding the setup of production lines in Cyprus. We've seen companies innovating. We want to take it to the next step. We want them to scale up, have the production facilities in Cyprus in order to export internationally from Cyprus and grow from there. So it's a comprehensive array of funding programs which caters for the needs of everyone in the national innovation system. Depending on which stage you're at, you can use the right tool and go from there. And in addition to that, the government of Cyprus, I talked about the very pro-innovation agenda, has adopted a number of incentives which offers both investors and founders, entrepreneurs, the additional tools in order to grow from Cyprus. You start by 50% tax exemption for investment in certified innovative companies. This means that if you are an investor, your money will be actually, you're going to get a 50% tax discount if you invest in a startup which is based in Cyprus. We have an incentive scheme which offers 120% R&D tax deduction if for any R&D qualified by according to international accounting standards R&D expenditure, you get an additional 20% over the actual expenditure of your profit and loss. We have a startup visa and a scientific visa scheme which offers the opportunity to non-EU citizens to relocate to Cyprus, bring their families over and build from there or work in innovation companies on the island. And last but not least, the crown jewel, the IP regime of Cyprus, which is as low as 2.5%. So if you hold any type of intellectual property, except trademarks, but any other type of intellectual property, be it copyright, patents, utility designs, you name it, it can sit into under the IP regime, the IP box, which lowers your effective corporate, tax and brings it down to an effective corporate tax of 2.5%. And we have seen companies choosing to relocate assets to Cyprus because of that, because any revenue that flows in, you're only paying 2.5%. And IP comes with innovation, and this is helping us boost further the national ecosystem through the through these schemes. So all in all, we've been seeing talent, ambition, and investment growing on our island, and we are here to do more to drive it further up. So thank you very much, and we'll be happily taking any questions you have. Thank you.
Before we go to the questions, I just want to show you some of the startups that we are now in our